Child, so not y'all mad at me in the comments because the Scots called the fans old, black, dirty, and dusty. And then Latisha then got on the internet and trying to backpedal and coochie pop because I guess Carlos King called her. Child, we finna talk about the aftermath of the live that Latisha and them did last night. Also, we gonna talk about Married to Medicine. Didn't nothing happen but my good Scorpio sister Phaedra checking the dog shit out of the girlies. Exactly. And Dr. Simone showing up in a church dress. I don't know what the hell she had going on. Also, we gonna get into the text messages that Aikisha dropped on their Aikisha from Belle Collective. Girl, and remember when we heard that Latrice called her an old antique face ass? Well, she said a lot more, and I don't know how I feel about Latrice after we heard these text messages, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a brief synopsis of what's going on. And also talk about the beef. Girl, why them old ninjas from Harlem getting into it? Jim Jones, Camron are dragging each other all over the internet. The Locks would never. Exactly. But Dipset is going down the drain due to them damn podcast, friend. Anyway, happy Monday. Right, happy Monday, child. I hope y'all having a good start to y'all week, not letting nobody get on your nerves, even though the people is stressing me out, but still. Make sure y'all get you a little can of Bahama Mama drinks, Seagrams, whatever you need to do to get through this Monday. And let's talk some shit real quick. So first, let's talk about, and I'll put the timestamps in the comments. First, like I said, let's talk about this Instagram live. So last night after I watched it, I posted a clip. If y'all ain't check out that last video, I posted a clip and stuff talking about what they said. Mind you, a bunch of people got in my comments last night, and I don't mind if you disagree with me. Just don't try to insult me while you're trying to disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, poo-poo. Because the Scorpio pop out on your dirty ass. Anyway, so a lot of people were saying he didn't say lazy production. He was saying if it was a lazy da-da-da-da. And right after the live, Latisha posted the live and was like, shout out to the hardest, and capitalized hardest working production team in the industry. Just because Carlos King probably called you, or you saw that live and got off that live and was like, oh shit, we done called our production. We know how Carlos is about editing and production. And you knew that the people was gonna run with that. So just because of that, she doubles backpedaling and coochie popping, talking about that's the hardest working production team. Marceau was all in the comments, replying to every comment, talking about I never said that. They're a great production team, yada yada yada. That's a great story if I ain't have a few college credits to my name. Don't let this shit talking fool you. Baby, I know how to use context clues. I guess they said, hey, let's act like we didn't really say that or whatever. And he could have been insinuating, hey, he could have been trying to warn production, like, hey, don't run with this social media stuff and feel like the next season we gonna talk about this social media stuff. And that could have been his reference to lazy production. We could have took it there. The reason why I took it as him calling them a lazy production team, because he continued on talking about how a lot of the scenes, Kimmy's build out, their dates, he continued to talk about how many of the good scenes weren't shown on there. He also continued to call us stupid for wanting drama and all of that other stuff. Baby, who is you talking to? Because we don't control which scenes get put out on Saturday night. You know who do control that? Production do. And last time I checked, the lazy production tactic where they take what happens on social media and brings it to and use it as a new storyline. If I can recall, they did that the last few seasons. Didn't you mention the Tasha K interview that Martell did? Marceau is the one who brung up Martell doing that Tasha K interview, and then him and Maurice went to go talk to him about that. So production has been taking tidbits of what's happening on social media and building storylines around it. So those context clues lead me to believe that you were talking about production. So Tisha can post whatever the hell she want to post on there. I'm not one of them dumb motherfuckers that Marcel was talking about. Baby, I know how to use context clues. You can, no. He be playing in a lot of y'all face, and I can see a lot of y'all done drank the Kool-Aid. So even if he was talking about this upcoming season, he's also talking about present. Exactly. So for the girlies in my comment, girl, go suck a fat Z. Anyway. Girl, fuck you. Exactly. Girl, fuck you. Don't ever try to read me in my comments, poo-poo. We can disagree, but the second you be like, and y'all, devil, get behind thee. Exactly. Release me. Anyway, child, so tell me what y'all thought about the live. A lot of y'all was complaining about him not letting Tisha speak or whatever. At this point, Tisha probably could have did a better job. I mean, was Tisha gonna defend herself? Because Marcel still didn't defend Tisha. And is today Monday? Is Carlos back doing his messy Mondays? Is that still even a thing? Girl, we'll see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Let's talk about Nene and Sierra real quick. So Nene and Sierra was on The Breakfast Club this morning. They were on Angela Yee's show last week. And if y'all follow me on Instagram, I posted the clip of their upcoming podcast. It's called Me and My Homegirl. I'm here for it. I am here for Sierra and Nene's hookup. So they've been friends for a while. If you follow Nene and Sierra, you'll see they have a lot of clips together where they out, you know, like shopping. She was over there while Nene was taking out her little Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner that she had bought from Neiman's or whatever. So for all of the people, it was a lot of people in the comments saying they ain't got no chemistry. When they become friends, they've been friends for a long time. Like I've seen clips of them on the internet and on YouTube for a little second, and I just feel like they got really good chemistry. I believe Nene is a Sagittarius and Sierra is a Gemini. They should get along really well. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they was on The Breakfast Club. Of course, they asked Nene about coming back to the Housewives. She said that she wouldn't be opposed to it. She was basically like, if the numbers come in right, if they got enough zeros behind the check, I would. And then she shaded the girls and was like, if I do come back, they gotta surround me with a certain set of girls. She was like, because these girls on her, she was like, I don't know none of these girls. And then Just With The Mess was like, I don't either. And Nene was like, I know. Which is true, because as far as the new girls, who do we know? I know Porsha, Phaedra, and I know Shamia by way of Porsha. I don't know this Brit Edie girl. I don't know none of these other girls. Never heard of them, never knew the bitch. Anyway, they also asked Sierra about Amy. Speaking of I don't know her, girl, and Sierra was giving I don't know her too. Like, I don't know her. And they was trying to get her to be messy about Amy getting with Dwight Howard, but you could tell Sierra wasn't feeding into it. They started asking him about the plastic surgery stuff. Nene was talking about, you know how people talking about her having fillers and all this other shit. She said that basically, hey, ain't nobody never touched my face. She said her face has never gotten cut. She's had Botox, fillers. She said she had Botox, fillers, her body done, her boobs done. But she was like, if you got money and you want to look good and you in the public, I just do it. And let's not act like Nene don't look good. Nene looks better now than when she first came onto our screen. Granted, I would never get my nose done because I feel like, you know, the big nose is black. You can contour your nose if you want to look like, you know, Michael Jackson's sister. So then she mentioned people talking about her using filters all the time, and she mentioned Kenya. She said her and Kenya was in the same city and they were supposed to meet together for tea. But when she seen her in the airport, that's when we seen that little clip of them in the airport, and she was like, she was just fronting her out like, girl, you use filters and stuff too. And when you was on that little podcast with Candy, don't try to give me my flowers and then shade me at the same time. So I think she was low-key saying she checked Kenya at the airport when she seen her. But she was saying that she don't have no bad blood with none of the girls, and it's usually the show that has them fighting like that. But like in real life, they all be ready, you know, like cool. So that's good. It sounded like she was on good terms with everybody. They also asked her about Porsha though, and she said that her and Porsha were supposed to do that show called The Upshaws. I haven't watched the episode, but I'm gonna watch it tonight. She said her and Porsha didn't know that they were going to be filming together. And when Porsha got there on set, that's when she knew that she was going to be filming with Tisha. I mean, not with Tisha, with NeNe. Told production she didn't want to film with NeNe and left. The next day, because NeNe was like, okay, well, call my other homegirl. She called Cynthia, and that's how her and Cynthia got to be on the show. And she was like, her and Porsha was cool. She didn't know that Porsha was really going through like a bad divorce with NeNe. Mind you, a lot of people was commenting like, oh, she was out with NeNe. She was out with NeNe. She was being fake. That's not how that happened, y'all. Her and Porsha got into it first. And then NeNe was being spiteful and posted her being out with NeNe. So on this one, Porsha the one who being a fake ass bitch because she felt some type of way. And my whole thing is, her and Porsha been friends for a long time, going back and forth. The door is closed. Like, the door been closed and back open again. Like, y'all got a revolving door at this point. I feel like instead of missing out on your bag by being on the Upshaws, I feel like her and NeNe should have been close enough where if she got to that set and she felt some type of way about NeNe or whatever, she should have went right on in NeNe dressing room and been like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could have just hashed it out, had lunch after the episode, and that could have been the end of it. I don't know. In this instance, I feel like Porsha was wrong. Because I don't know if Porsha thought that the Upshaws was going to get rid of NeNe for her. And I love me some Porsha. I love me some Player P. But Player P, you ain't no NeNe, baby. You just not no NeNe, and you'll never be no NeNe. That's what Candy's mistake was. She thought she was a NeNe. And that's what Kenya's mistake was. They thought they was on NeNe level. And then look what happened when it was just them. The show tanked. It tanked, baby. Exactly. Speaking of the show tank, when are we getting a Real Housewives of Atlanta a trailer? I'm gonna be done with the damn show by the time we get a trailer. And girl, I guess, child, Bravo is taking a bunch of L's, and we're gonna talk about the new L that is Married to Medicine, because it ain't that damn good. Exactly. Let's just talk about Married to Medicine now, and then we'll talk about the Jim Jones shit right after this Married to Medicine, because it's gonna be quick. It ain't even a real review. As y'all can tell, I stopped doing real reviews on Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine weeks ago. It just ain't been that good. It's just not Poppington. It's not. It wasn't as good as Salt Lake City. It's just not that good. But we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. No, first let's talk about Latrice and them. Girl, so Aikisha and Willie, y'all know from Belle Collective, they recently quit, but they still have this podcast called F It. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, this is the final time, this week's F It, this is the final time we're going to talk about our departure from Belle Collective. And like I said, when she first departed, she said that she wanted to do it live because she has a lot of business connections and same people that Carlos King know, and she didn't want him to skew the narrative of why they left or how they left. So that's why she did it live, which was very smart. Girl, but then she started talking about the Latrice shit. And she said that, you know, her and Latrice, that was her favorite, like she said on a reunion. She also corroborated Latrice's story that, hey, she reached out to me. She said we had the phone. It was pinged on my street. But Aikisha said they were going on vacation. Like she said like a day or two after the finale filmed, her and Willie were going on vacation, and they had left and went back to New Jersey at the time. She said 3 weeks after that was filmed, that's when Latrice reached out to her initially, and the initial text message was like, hey, you know, I need my nephew's phone, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, they go back and forth. Aikisha ends up telling her, hey, yeah, my niece told me that she threw the phone out the window, you know. And Aikisha said when she got back from vacation, maybe she would have went to one of her neighbors, tried to figure out where the phone was. But before she could, Latrice sent her a long ass text message talking about how it can get grimy and da-da-da-da. I'm just finna point out a few of the trifling shit. It was a long text message. She showed the screenshot, child. She said, your old antique face I thought antique face was funny. Aikisha don't even look that old to me. Aikisha still look good. So it was crazy. Like, not antique face, bitch. That was funny. That was funny, but bitch, don't be calling her antique face because she still look good. Anyway, child, she kept calling her nappy head. Like, damn, we all got nappy hair. Latrice, the audacity of you to call Aikisha nappy head when we seen your leave out during New Orleans. I dedicated about 5 minutes to Latrice's leave out. Like, so the audacity of her to keep calling this girl nappy head, and it was giving Jigaboo vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you keep calling this girl nappy head? It was giving colorist vibes, or I don't know, texturist. What is it called? Featurism? Exactly. I don't know, child. She kept calling her nappy head. She kept calling her a broke bitch. She said, broke bitch, you doing broke bitch shit for throwing the phone out. She said, you and your low class family. She was like, you trash, you the lowest of the low, yo slow, useless, unaccomplished ass, you and those drag queens you brought and those low lights. Girl, I'm talking, this is what all she said. Latrice was saying this to Aikisha in a text message about that phone. And she was like, you sucking that NFL zick for umpteen years, thinks that gives you class and prestige. Bitch, how you gonna talk about her sucking on some NFL zick when you sucking on an old drunk man zick? What makes you think that you're any better by getting with Cliff to finance your business ventures than Aikisha getting with an NFL player? At least, girl, I don't know what makes Latrice feel like she's any different than Aikisha. Which, let me take this back. I don't know that Aikisha married Willie for anything outside of them being deeply in love and loving each other. But the insinuation that she just married him for money, or she thinks she the stuff because she got a rich husband, is insanity, considering that the only reason we can see you marrying Cliff is because he got money. You literally married an old man with some money, and he married you because you're a young hot wife, per Glenn. It was really crazy, and I was just like, damn, who is you to talk down on people like that? The way she was talking was like, really, like, girl, you got a nasty ass spirit. And who the fuck got time to write bitches paragraphs trying to make them feel bad? Anybody who feels the need to go in on somebody like that and try to make them feel bad about their existence, that means you feel bad about yourself. Because I talk shit on her, but there's no way I could just go in on a regular person like that unless I feel like they done something really bad to me. And then I'm not gonna spend time writing paragraphs calling y'all lowlifes and shit. That was really, I was like, ew, Latrice, I don't know. Girl, anyway, she talked about Willie a little bit. She was like, his big ass, and you should have saved some money, and talked about how he like white women and men. That just goes to show you that Latisha and them, y'all was behind trying to set him up. Y'all was with those rumors. Y'all were trying to I don't know. Willie chimed in and was like, you know what? That just lets you know how she really felt about you. And Aikisha was like, that fucked me up because I actually like this bitch. Come to find out, she don't even fuck with me. And she feels some type of way about me, especially if she willing to say all of this shit about you, bitch. She felt like that. I don't know. Tell me if y'all saw the live that Aikisha and Willie did on their podcast, and how do y'all feel about Latrice after y'all heard her talk that shit? Like, girl, all over a phone when you could have just went over there and tried to find the phone. You could have went to the address. That's what I want to know. Did you ever go to the address? Did you ever go looking around over there? I don't know, y'all. But I'm through with Belle Collective. They got way too much after show drama. Carlos King got a lot of drama with his shows. Like, you got a lot of shit going on that maybe, since you act like you so far removed in production, maybe you need to get hands-on with your production and stop frolicking around these internet streets and on Instagram. But I digress. Anyway, let's talk about Married to Medicine real quick, because my lunch break almost over. Girl, so what happened? So on Married to Medicine, I'm just gonna give y'all some highlights because, like I said, I was cooking. I was cooking. The episode wasn't that good. They're at the event at Heavenly House. Toya's talking about how she feels like it's wrong that they didn't invite contestant and Sweet Tea. She said, why would Dr. Heavenly invite Sweet Tea? I think Toya just be wanting to have something to say, because if we really gonna talk about it, Toya ain't got no storyline. Ain't shit going on with her husband, the family. I guess, you know, she back liking Eugene's sex. All Toya doing this season is providing some comedy relief and getting in other people's business. Toya has zero storyline. Anyway, so she tell Dr. Heavenly that she owes Sweet Tea an apology. Dr. Heavenly like, hey, bitch, I can't promise you that. Which I can respect it. Like, bitch, this little girl keep edging me on. I could say something, but if she get in my face, I might have to curse this bitch out. Then Dr. Heavenly successfully deflects and says, I don't want to make no promises that I can't keep. Just like Phaedra, because Jackie had told me, this is some messy ass shit. Bitch, this was about your loudmouth ass. Not you threw Dr. Jackie under the bus just to get Phaedra involved in some shit. So Phaedra like, now what was said, bitch? You could tell Phaedra was caught off guard, because I feel like if she knew that Jackie was talking shit about her, she would have been more prepared. But she was like, $100,000 is nothing. Like, if we can't meet our goal, you know what I'm saying, then I'll write a motherfucking check. She was like, because I ain't got to prove nothing to you bitches. Yes, Scorpio, exactly. Because, you know, if you push us to the edge, we gonna go ahead and curse your dirty dog ass out. And I was living for it. Y'all, guess what? You didn't order, but she delivered. Exactly. Girl, anyway, so they was in their confessionals like, oh, and we got just as much money as you, and oh, who doctors and da-da-da. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like the Married to Medicine girlies have an underlying hate. I ain't gonna say jealous, maybe envious, or they feel like the Atlanta girlies think they better than them, and they feel some type of way. I feel like the Married to Medicine girlies kind of have like a little chip on their shoulder. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, so Quiet Carter was like, us bitches. Like, where they do that at? And then Toya messy tacky ass gonna say, I wish I could say yo da-da-da. She want the girls to really go in on Phaedra for saying you bitches or whatever, because she was like, I wish I could say so and so. You know you can't, because you know Dr. Simone them and Dr. Jackie is quick to let you know that you ain't shit but a housewife. You know how they quickly check Toya all the time. Like, girl, you as a housewife, you're not a doctor. You lucky you sitting with us. Girl, anyway. So then Sweet Tea and Phaedra and them meet up. They downloading, you know, each other on the little T. And basically, Phaedra was like, Dr. Jackie, you know, I'm helping her while she going around saying, I'm not really doing shit. I'm helping her. She's just trying to, what she said, she trying to save face. She trying to clean up her image from the shit that happened last year. Remember when she got put on blast for talking about how black women be crying wolf and shit like that? So it does give Dr. Jackie is trying to clean up her image. But I want somebody to call Dr. Jackie out. To me, Dr. Jackie has always been nice and nasty, and I hate a nice, nasty person. Or I hate a person who act like a goody two-shoes and they bad. I much rather deal with a Phaedra or a Heavenly, so I know how you coming. I don't have to question. I ain't got a second guess. I don't have to do none of that. I already know how you coming with yours. Versus a Dr. Jackie that could be like, sweetheart, and I apologize, and here's a note to write everything that you feel like I should apologize. Nah, bitch. I don't give a damn how old Dr. Jackie is. You a doctor, but you a messy, tacky doctor. And your husband probably still cheating. I wish Phaedra would have went ahead and gone ahead and checked the dog shit out of Dr. Jackie. And she said that they use Heavenly as a vessel for their bad behavior. Or, you know what I'm saying? They like Heavenly being there because all of the shit that they feel, Heavenly can act out on it. And I feel like that's heavy on a Dr. Jackie. That's why Dr. Jackie stays so close to Heavenly, because Dr. Jackie be bringing to light a lot of the shit that she be talking about. Like, so you was dogging Phaedra out. After you met with Phaedra, you was being a fake ass bitch and dogging Phaedra out behind her back, going back telling Heavenly. That's probably why Heavenly was promoted to co-chair, so Heavenly can bring all of that shit out. I wish Phaedra would have went ahead and gone ahead and checked Dr. Jackie real good. And I hope she check her ass at the reunion. I really do. Because Jackie be getting away with too much shit. Now I'm not mad at Sweet Tea for cursing at her. I guess, y'all. Anyway, so they get to the Met Gala or whatever. As far as the fashions are concerned, to me, Quad got best dressed hands down. Her and King look good. Her and King look good. I love that one-piece jumpsuit floral with the flower. I love a flower. I used to have a red dress like that with a big flower on the shoulder. Yeah, I need to find it. Tell me where I can find a dress or a jumpsuit or even just a shirt with a huge flower on the side. Anyway, it goes well with my fun personality. Anyway, child. T looked like she had on a quinceañera / wedding dress. It was a lot going on. I did man the bottom, but I think the bottom kind of flared out, and I like the gold moment underneath the white. I just don't know if the headpiece was like too much too. I don't know, y'all. Jackie and Phaedra looked pretty cute. Dr. Heavenly looked real cute. I thought Dr. Heavenly looked real good. Yeah, messiness aside, Dr. Heavenly looked real good. Simone, girl, looked like the bride of Chucky mama. Like, girl, I don't know what Dr. Simone be thinking. And she be so loud. Like, not you worst dressed and you loud. Girl, shut the fuck up. You should be hiding in the corner girl, I guess. Anyway, Contessa, I didn't know where Contessa was going. Contessa, baby, where was you going? You was going to Blue Flame or Strokers on a Friday, because you damn sure wasn't going to the same event that not a gala with a short line. Was it lime green, girl? And then you brought your daughter. You brought your daughter to show her how not to dress at a gala. And where the fuck was Scott? She tried to blame it on Dr. Heavenly, but I'm with Dr. Heavenly. I think her and Scott are still having the same problems. I think her and Scott still having the same problems that they had. And she don't want to prove Dr. Heavenly right. And that's why he ain't come. Yeah, I think, and Dr. Contessa, why did you even come back on her if you're not going to show your real problems? Because you don't want to prove Heavenly right? Girl, fuck her. So they was auctioning off, girl, trips to Bermuda with no flight. So I gotta get my own airfare. That's just like auctioning off a trip to Lagos, but you gotta buy your own flight. Bitch, I'd rather you get the flight and I get everything else along the way. Girl, that was some trash. Quad auctioned off $3,000 for her chef services. It sold for like a little over $1,000. Greg was in the damn audience trying to front like, oh, like she could cook. Sweet Tea was like, baby, you ain't got a friend. And then on her YouTube channel last night, on Sweet Tea YouTube channel, coincidentally, Greg was on there and she was cooking him her famous Tuscany Zacapana pasta. Y'all know the pasta they sell at the Olive Garden? Not the pasta, the soup. Is it Tuscany? Y'all know, like the potato soup with the sausage and stuff. I get that kind. But girl, I guess like Sweet Tea, it's clear that this man still got some kind of feelings for Quad, or he wants you to live up to Quad's, you know, shoes, or fit in her shoes or whatever. And I hate that you like going for it. Like, even though I don't really care for Sweet Tea like that, I feel like Sweet Tea could do better. She could do a lot better than Dr. Greg. And I hate the fact that she put herself out there to have this man, baby. You don't even know if you like this man enough. Or, I mean, they've been married, so she may like him or whatever. But to rush into having babies when you don't know how long this man gonna be around, you don't know if he's verbally abusive. The fact that he put you on a time clock for having babies and stuff, I just feel like Sweet Tea could do better. She could work on her career, her self-image or whatever. She has a decent personality. She seems fun and bubbly. Go find you a young man, girl, and live happily ever after, I guess. Anyway, that was pretty much it. They had like $57,000. Phaedra wrote the check for the extra to get $100,000 to say, aha, hoes, I got bank. Dr. Heavenly, though, in the comments, somebody said, did y'all get the whole $100,000? And did y'all get it or currently have it? And Heavenly said, hell no. She said this last night. So I'm wondering if the check not clear on Phaedra part. I'm sure if the check ain't clear on Phaedra part, then Dr. Heavenly gonna talk about it. Dr. Heavenly is having a live tomorrow, so I'm gonna watch it because I'm sure Dr. Heavenly gonna have something to say. Speaking of Dr. Heavenly, when they was auctioning off Phaedra, and Dr. Heavenly mentioned, hey, Greg, da-da-da-da-da. And then Simone was like, well, I guess Phaedra didn't sell. And then in a confessional, Heavenly talking about it ain't selling like it used to or some shit. That was too much playing for me. That was a little too much playing for me. First of all, Phaedra is a professional. Whenever y'all get through, Phaedra is still an attorney. She's still an active attorney. She still has her license. She's still a funeral service director. This lady still has tons of businesses and stuff. So for y'all to demean me and degrade me like that was a little bit much. Because, bitch, you don't want me to start talking about Dr. Damon and his alleged mixed kids and these white women. Do you want me to show you the receipts? Exactly. Y'all did a bit too much on my girl Phaedra. And if I'm Phaedra, I wouldn't come back to y'all hoes either. I go to the promised land, which is Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that's probably why y'all mad. Y'all tried to do Phaedra in, and she left y'all, and she gonna leave y'all and go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta where the ratings are. Because I'm sorry, I just don't feel like next season is gonna be all of that without Phaedra. The Married to Medicine ladies, unless they bring Mariah back, I don't know what they're gonna do. Because this season was kind of boring. Jackie boring, Simone boring, Toya kind of funny, Quad bring the dramatics, but we sick of her waterworks. This ain't no telenovela. And Heavenly bring the drama, but we kind of sick of her drama. The Sweet Tea and Quad thing ain't gonna get it like they thought that they was gonna get it. That's not gonna work. So I don't know, y'all. Anyway, so tell me if y'all still watching Married to Medicine. What did y'all think about Heavenly and them trying to clown Phaedra about the whole gala or whatever? It was really lackluster for me. I don't know. I don't even have no questions for y'all. What did y'all think about the fashions? What did y'all think about Heavenly Shade and Porsha? I guess, girl. Anyway, fuck them. Last but not least, let's talk about Cam and Jim Jones. I left this for last because I know a lot of y'all not know rap girlies. But if you a little old school, y'all remember Dipset. Y'all remember Balling. That was Jim Jones. That was his first. So they got into it because if y'all don't remember when Dipset started getting into it. I think it was like Cam and Jewels against Jim Jones because they were mad. Like when Dame Dash and Jay-Z and them fell out, half of them was like on Dame Dash side, half of them was on Jay-Z side and stuff, right? So they had some beef, and then 50 Cent brung Jim Jones out on his concert or whatever. So Cam was feeling some type of way because they was getting into it with 50 Cent. And this was around the time that Jim Jones came out with Summer in Miami. That was one of my favorite CDs. I don't know. Did y'all listen to Summer in Miami? So Jim Jones first came out with that song, Ballin', we fly high, no lie, you know it. Ballin', y'all remember that? Anyway. Then he came out with Summer in Miami, bottles in the air. Anyway, I might listen to that. Remember Honey Dip? I might listen to that. Anyway, fast forward. So 50 Cent was on Camron and Mase podcast, and they were talking about the whole situation. Apparently, Jim Jones felt some type of way because last week, Jim Jones went on another podcast talking about how Cam used to sleep in his bed, yada, 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 throwing shade back at Cam. Cam gets on his podcast with Mase today. And was like, man, you was a fan. The only reason we fucked with you is because you was a nice guy and you had a free house. He said he met them when they was doing, because Jim Jones was alluding to the fact that he was the star of Dipset and he created the Dipset, which in actuality, it wasn't like that. Jim Jones was kind of like the mascot, or like he was one of the faces though. Like as far as like the fashion, remember they had all of that pink. Jim Jones used to do all of the antics and stuff. in the music videos or whatever. Jim Jones is the one who stood out the most to me, but Jewels and Cam is the one who carried the songs with their rap and their lyrics and stuff. Girl, anyway, so Cam was like, no nigga, you was a fan, you was never you never created Dipset. He said we thought you was a cool dude, and you not. They said he wasn't from Harlem, because you know Dipset is all Harlem world. Girl, they said that. Then he was like, nigga, you could have never been Dipset. Mase taught you how to rap because we felt sorry for you. Baby, and when I tell you they play all of the clips of Jim Jones talking about how Mase taught him how to rap, and then the clip cut to Mase eating. Oh my God, it was so funny or whatever. I was like, why are these old niggas in furs? Because you know how Harlem dudes is, or New York dudes. Girls sitting up in furs, gossiping like girlies. I'm like, child, not the old ninjas in furs gossiping like some little girls, being some gossip girls. So the gossip girls from New York is beefing, girl. I wonder, I bet you 50 Cent just sitting back snickling and giggling too. Like, ha ha, y'all ninjas back in the uproar or whatever. I wonder if Jim Jones gonna have something to say. Because you know Jim Jones act like he is the toughest one out. Girl, Cam also was like, I didn't think it was a big deal, because Jim Jones, he was like, because he be back cool with everybody who he be beefing with. Girl, he said BMF ran him into the sea while he was in Miami. I guess he was running from BMF, talking about you was all up in the water, you was getting wet and shit. He also said he was friends with French Montana after Jim Jones allegedly tried to get at French Montana and then became friends with him. Girl, then he mentioned Mendices. He was like, yeah, he was like, and you back cool with Mendices and y'all got into it. He said, and that came to shots, shooting and shots fired. I didn't know, Mendices, you was really out here in the street shooting it up, having a shootout with Jim Jones, allegedly. That's just what Camron said. I was like, child, this is some old New York ass tea. Girl, Yandy, no wonder you galloped right on down to Atlanta after Mendices got out of prison. If he having shootouts with Jim Jones and them allegedly. I said, damn, this a back in the day tea. I know Mendices woke up today like, now this shit ain't got Mendices keep getting drugged in the damn drama, child. Speaking of Mendices, y'all, so we go watch Love and Hip Hop tonight. If Love and Hip Hop good tonight, then I'll go live tonight and we can review Love and Hip Hop tonight. I'm hoping that it's gonna be good. It look like the season gonna be good, and I want to see how Scrappy gonna act after we know Chaotic exposed him. I want to see if he gonna continue to act like a Mitch, so I could drag him by his Garfield. Anyway, y'all, I don't give a fuck about none of that. So tell me what y'all think about the old heads Dipset going at it. I wonder if Jewel Santana gonna chime in and have anything to say. I'm sure 50 Cent, I'm gonna check his Instagram, because I'm sure he probably up and already dragging it, y'all. Anyway, so that's all I gotta say. Tell me what y'all thought about Tisha and Marceau and them trying to backpedal and coochie pop. Y'all think Carlos King called him? Exactly. And don't let them gaslight y'all. Listen to the live yourself and read the context clues, friend. Exactly. Anyway, so that's all I gotta say. I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy y'all Monday. I gotta take my ass back to work, and I'll talk to you later, friend. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Y'all know I'm trying to get to 12,000. I don't see enough subscribers in here. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Anyway, bye, friend. Love you.